League and leader of his party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Auditor General released her report this morning, and when she releases a report, you know, there's sometimes issues with policy, there's sometimes issues with administration or effectiveness of certain programs, but every once in a while there's a bombshell like ATCON that we've seen in previous reports. Well, this morning was an ATCON bombshell. Matter of fact, a $22.8 million agreement to the City of St. John. I'll quote some different parts of the report. She said, excessive risk to taxpayers, inappropriate incentive for the city to report deficits, other municipalities being enticed to report deficits and seek financial relief from the province. Legislative authority was not obtained, and the best one yet, she said there's potential Auditor General Act obstruction during the Auditor General's investigation. With all of these things in mind, my question is for the Minister of Finance. Will the Minister of Finance continue to pay out the remaining $21 million to the City of St. John?
The Minister of Environment and Local Government.
Mr. Speaker, that's an excellent question. I think we should all be concerned in this legislature, especially the former Premier of this province, who circumvented the Act, according to the Auditor General. It's despicable, it's despisable, and I think that he should apologize to this legislature. He should take action and come clean with everybody in this legislature about his actions for the last 4 years. Not only did he cross the line on this file, he crossed the line on an unfair property tax assessment scandal that he tried to blame on other people, Mr. Speaker. He blamed a 4 a.m. staffer for mixing up his numbers during the campaign. So, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm with the leader of the People's Alliance Party today that we're going to look at this report very closely, and we will take actions to make sure that the former Premier of this province pays for the actions that he did to the people of this province for the last 4 years.
The member for Fredericton Grand League and leader of his party.
Mr. Speaker, if there's one thing I'm certain of, what St. John does not need is a handout. What they need is a solution. They need to stop being financially plundered by the province. St. John pays some of the highest taxes in this country and has the largest oil refinery in Canada. I will ask again, will the Minister of Finance stop pillaging communities like St. John, get the province out of collecting property tax, and do what the rest of Canada does and allow municipalities to collect those taxes and have comprehensive tax reform to benefit municipalities like the City of St. John?
The Minister of Environment and Local Government.
Another good question, Mr. Speaker, because I'd love to follow up on my last answer, but I'll do it in such a way as to talk about what we have been doing and what we're continuing to do. So when we took power in November the 9th, Mr. Speaker, we became aware of this secret group or secret committee that was working with the City of St. John to come up with a solution for the city. Now, we all know and understand in this legislature, if the City of St. John fails, the province fails. But what happened when we read the details of this agreement, Mr. Speaker, there were no deliverables. There were no return on investments. There were no items in that agreement, Mr. Speaker, to show where St. John can do better. We all know that St. John can do better. And as far as municipal tax reform, to the Honourable Member, we are embarking on that. My Honourable Member here from the Service of New Brunswick and the Minister of Finance are looking at municipal tax reform because we said it's the right thing to do during the campaign. But I will go back to what the member said earlier and my comments earlier. The former Premier of this province has done wrong once again, and he needs to come clean with New Brunswickers.